This is the Oyster exercise. Some Pilates teachers call it the clam, and it's an exercise which targets a very subtle muscle in your buttock, and it's very important to keep that strong. It has a direct effect on your lower back, and you just need your mat and a cushion. I've got a small cushion here, but I'm going to fold it in half. So we do it lying on our side, so come to lying on your side. If you've got a little head cushion, fold it in half. If you've got a big one, you don't need to. And put it between your underneath arm and your ear. So lying right on this underneath hip. And then bring the legs around so that your feet, your soles of your feet are roughly in line as possible with your spine. So tummy in, always lengthen this top hip away so your hips are stacked one on top of each other. So you're roughly 90 degrees behind your knee. Your top hand can just rest lightly on the floor here, no tension in the shoulder. So carefully don't bring your shoulder up, so just relax that down. Now it's an exercise which is quite subtle. I want you to imagine that between your two knees, you're going to bring this top knee away from the underneath knee, but without letting this hip go back. And I want you to imagine that between the knees is a very strong, heavy spring. So it's really difficult to draw that knee away. And you just bring the leg up as much as you can, but keep this hip forward. So it's actually sometimes it's quite useful to have your fingers on this hip. And you should feel it working in the buttock muscle here. Now, you can create your own resistance by imagining you're really pressing that heavy spring back down again. And you can make the muscle work both as you bring the top knee away and as you bring it back down. If you imagine you want to keep this top knee as forward as you can as you bring the leg up. So this hip stays exactly where it is, and I can really feel it working here. So it hasn't gone very high, but I can feel that muscle working. What happens with a lot of people is they bring that leg up and they just let this hip open. And I could do 200 and I wouldn't feel anything there. So that's the important bit, is to keep this hip forward. Keep thinking of this knee staying as forward as you possibly can. It's going up as vertically as possible. It doesn't go completely vertically. And then I'm also keeping my feet glued together, and I press that imaginary spring down. So it's important to keep the heels and the toes together, the side of them. And so bring that leg up, keep your tummy pulled in, shoulders relaxed, and then press that imaginary spring back down again. I'm going to do 3 more. So you can breathe in to bring that knee up. Each time, seeing if you go a tiny bit further, but keep this hip forward and pressing that imaginary spring down. And then breathing in, putting tummy in, and breathe out, press down, the feet staying together. And we'll do 1 more on this side. Breathing in to reach that knee up, 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 but keep that hip forward and pressing back down again. So hopefully you felt it in this side, and let's do the other side, because you might feel a slight difference. One side might be easier or a little bit more difficult. So come on to your other side. So folding my little cushion in half, putting between my ear and the underneath arm, right on my underneath hip. And then I'm going to bring my legs around so the soles of my feet are roughly in line with my spine. I lengthen this top hip away, keep my tummy in, and then I'm going to keep this hip forward. So you can have your fingers resting here or on this top hip just to check that it's not going back. So again, I bring this top knee up, 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 up. You can feel that muscle working, and I press the imaginary spring down. So it's very easy also to bring the heel away. So keep the heels glued together. Press those feet together. Bring this top knee up as much as you can, and then press that imaginary spring. So don't be tempted to lean back. You won't get any benefit whatsoever. Keep up, 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 up. And as you weight the muscle up, sometimes you can go a little bit further. You should feel it around this area of the buttock. So bring it up, breathe in to bring the leg up, and breathe out to squeeze and press that spring down. Breathing in, tummy in, shoulders relaxed, up, 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 and press down. And bring that leg up as much as you can. Keep that top hip forward, trying to keep this top knee towards the front as much as you can, and press back down. I'll do 2 more. Up, 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 up. And press down. 1 more. See if I get an extra bit and press that imaginary spring back down again. So hopefully you can feel it there. That's where you should be feeling it. If you're not, then just check you're keeping your feet together. Check you're not rolling the hip back, and have that sense as you take the knee away that you're pulling this really heavy spring away, keeping that top hip knee as forward as you can, and then press that imaginary heavy spring back down together, and hopefully you'll get that.